She convinced millions to invest in the next Bitcoin, but her cryptocurrency never existed. Now, she's the only woman on the FBI's 10 most wanted list, with a $5 million bounty on her head. Meet Ruja Ignatova, the self-proclaimed CryptoQueen, who orchestrated history's biggest cryptocurrency fraud. Beginning in 2014, she defrauded billions of dollars from investors all over the world through OneCoin, a scheme so elaborate it fooled Harvard-educated lawyers, tech entrepreneurs, and everyday families who trusted her vision of financial revolution. But here's what makes this story truly chilling. She might already be dead, murdered on a yacht, and thrown overboard. Or she could be living freely in South Africa right now. The truth? Nobody knows Dr. Ruja Ignatova wasn't your typical scammer. She held a PhD in European private law, worked at prestigious consulting firm McKinsey, and carried herself with the polished confidence of Silicon Valley's elite. When Bitcoin exploded in the early 2010s, she saw an opportunity that would make her one of the world's most wanted criminals. In 2014, Ignatova co-founded OneCoin alongside Sebastian Greenwood. But this wasn't just another failed startup. It was a masterclass in psychological manipulation disguised as financial innovation. OneCoin identified people's weak spots, greed, and used a lack of technical understanding to exploit them. The pitch was intoxicating. OneCoin would be the Bitcoin killer, faster, better, more profitable than any cryptocurrency that came before it. Greenwood and Ignatova claimed that OneCoin would be the Bitcoin killer, promising returns that made early Bitcoin investors look like conservative savers. Here's where Ignatova's genius for deception truly shines. Unlike Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any real cryptocurrency, OneCoin never had a verifiable blockchain. Instead, it had a centralized database that simulated transactions without actual mining or decentralization. Investors thought they owned digital gold, but they were essentially buying numbers on a screen, controlled entirely by Ignatova and her team. OneCoin operated as a MLM network through which members received commissions for recruiting others to purchase cryptocurrency packages. This wasn't just a Ponzi scheme. It was a pyramid scheme wrapped in cryptocurrency jargon and sold through slick marketing events that resembled religious revivals more than investment presentations. The scale was breathtaking. According to OneCoin's promotional materials, over 3 million people invested their life savings, retirement funds, and borrowed money into what they believed was their ticket to financial freedom. By 2016, cracks started appearing in Ignatova's elaborate facade. Cryptocurrency experts publicly denounced OneCoin as a fraud. Investors complained they couldn't withdraw their profits or transfer their coins to external wallets. Regulators in multiple countries issued warnings, but Ignatova had prepared for this moment. She continued touring the world, delivering charismatic speeches at lavish events, always staying one step ahead of investigators. She understood that confidence was her greatest weapon. As long as people believed in the CryptoQueen, the money would keep flowing. Behind the scenes, law enforcement agencies across 3 continents were building an airtight case. The FBI, working with European authorities, traced the money flows, interviewed victims, and documented the elaborate web of lies that kept OneCoin operating. OneCoin falsely claimed that the value of OneCoin was based on market supply and demand, when in fact, the value of the cryptocurrency was simply set by OneCoin itself. Every price increase, every milestone, every celebration of OneCoin's success was carefully orchestrated theater. The investigation revealed the true scope of the damage. Families had mortgaged their homes. Elderly investors had emptied their pension funds. Small business owners had liquidated everything they owned, all for cryptocurrency that existed only in OneCoin's controlled database. Then, on October 25, 2017, something extraordinary happened. Ruja Ignatova boarded a Ryanair flight from Sofia to Athens and vanished. she simply disappeared, leaving behind a crumbling empire and billions in stolen investor funds. The FBI announced the addition of Ruja Ignatova to its 10 most wanted fugitives list for her alleged leadership of a massive fraud scheme that affected millions of investors worldwide. She is now one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives, alongside accused gang leaders and murderers, and is the only woman currently on that list. But here's where the story takes an even darker turn. Recent reports suggest Ignatova might not be hiding at all. She might be dead, according to reports. Ignatova was murdered aboard a yacht in the Ionian Sea, and her body was dismembered and thrown overboard. The alleged killer, a Bulgarian mafia boss who wanted to cover up his own involvement in the OneCoin scheme. Yet other sources claim she's alive and well. A new documentary alleges that Ignatova is alive and residing in South Africa, possibly protected by connections she made during her years as a fugitive. The OneCoin investigation didn't end with Ignatova's disappearance. Sebastian Greenwood, her co-founder, was extradited to the United States and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Multiple other conspirators have been arrested and convicted, but the mastermind remains a ghost. The FBI offers up to $5 million for information leading to Ignatova's arrest and conviction. It's one of the highest rewards ever offered for a white-collar criminal, reflecting both the magnitude of her crimes and the determination to bring her to justice. The victims, meanwhile, continue fighting for recovery of their stolen funds. Hundreds of investors have filed lawsuits, and courts have ordered asset freezes on OneCoin-related accounts worldwide. But for many, the financial and emotional damage can never be fully repaired. Ruja Ignatova's story represents more than just a cryptocurrency scam. It's a cautionary tale about the intersection of technology, greed, and human psychology. She exploited our fundamental desire to believe in revolutionary opportunities to be part of something bigger than herself. Ourselves to achieve financial freedom through innovation. The CryptoQueen understood that the most effective lies aren't built on complete fiction, they're built on twisted versions of truth. Cryptocurrency was revolutionary. Early investors in Bitcoin did become millionaires. The financial system did need disruption. Ignatova took these genuine insights and weaponized them for personal gain. Whether she's dead in the Mediterranean or living under a new identity somewhere in the world, her legacy lives on as a stark reminder in the digital age. The most dangerous criminals aren't always the ones who break into your house. They're the ones who convince you to invite them in. If you found Ruja Ignatova's story as shocking as I did, smash that like button and let me know in the comments. Do you think the CryptoQueen is dead or still out there? Subscribe for more incredible true crime stories from the world of business and finance that will blow your mind.